Good morning. So let's begin with the next topic. Today we are going to study about the structure of heart. So children, heart is a mesodermally derived organ located in mediastinum. Now what do you mean by mesodermal? Children, if you remember in class 9 we studied two terms, diploblastic and triploblastic. So diploblastic organisms were those which developed from two germ layers, and triploblastic were those who developed from three germ layers. So the three germ layers were, in these three germ layers, the middle layer is the mesoderm. Outer one was ectoderm, middle one was mesoderm, and the inner one was endoderm. So, heart is mesodermally derived organ. That means heart is formed from the cells which are present in the mesoderm, right? And what do you mean by mediastinum? So, this space between the two lungs, you see, the space between the two lungs is called mediastinum. So heart is mesodermally derived. That means it is formed from the cells present in the mesoderm and it is located in between the two lungs. Right? Then it is protected by double layered pericardium. Now pericardium is a layer you see which is made up of two layers. Okay, and both the two layers, one is fibrous pericardium, the other one is serous pericardium. Okay, both these two layers, in between these two layers there is a space which is called pericardial space, and this space is filled with a fluid called pericardial fluid. Now again, I must tell you this, that whenever two surfaces are very close to each other, and because heart is always beating, so there could be a force called friction which may arise between the two layers. So to reduce that friction between the wall of the heart, the pericardial space is filled with a pericardial fluid. So this fluid will help to reduce the friction between the heart wall and the surrounding tissues. It's like an shock absorber, right? Then you see children, heart has four chambers. Two upper ones are called atria or auricles and two lower are called ventricles. As you see here in the diagram, this is right, you see right atrium, okay, and this is left atrium, this is right ventricle, and this is left ventricle. So four chambers, upper ones are auricles, lower ones are ventricles. The walls the walls are actually lined with cardiac muscles, you see, of the ventricles are much thicker. You can see that the thickness here is quite high than in comparison to the auricles. So cardiac muscles are in abundant in the ventricles, you see, as compared to auricles. Atria are separated. Now the two auricles you see are separated by interarterial septum. So you see they have highlighted it for you. This is interarterial septum. So the two auricles are separated by interauricular septum. Similarly, the two ventricles are also separated by interventricular septum. You see, this is interventricular septum. So two auricles are separated by interauricular septum or interarterial septum, and two ventricles are separated by interventricular septum. Next, in between atrium and ventricle, there is a thick fibrous atrioventricular septum with an opening. So, in between an atrium and ventricle. So, this is right auricle and this is right ventricle. So, in between them here, okay, there is a septum called atrioventricular septum, and this atrioventricular septum has an opening. Okay, this has an opening, and the opening is called tricuspid valve. So a tricuspid valve, why tri? Because it has three muscular flaps, and this guards the opening between right atrium and right ventricle. So right atrium and right ventricle is separated by atrioventricular septum, and this septum is having an opening called tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve has three muscular flaps. Okay, and similarly on the left side of the heart, left auricle or atrium is separated by from left ventricle again by atrioventricular septum. This also has an opening, but now here this opening is called bicuspid valve because it is having only two muscular flaps. So on the right side the valve is tricuspid, on left side the valve is bicuspid. Right? Children, tricuspid and bicuspid valves allow the flow of blood only in one direction, that is from atria to ventricles. So you have to remember this point, very important. The flow of blood is always from auricles to ventricles. One direction or unidirection, as the blood from auricles will pass through these valves and enter the ventricle, and when the ventricles are filled up, the flaps of the valve will close the valve and will prevent the backflow of the blood into the auricles. So the flaps, there in tricuspid there are three flaps, in bicuspid there are two flaps. So as the blood from auricles will enter the ventricles, the flaps will they will spread out, and they will close the valve, and they will prevent the backflow of the blood from ventricle to auricles. Children, right ventricle has an opening to pulmonary artery. Now there is an artery which is connecting from right ventricle, an artery which is coming out of right ventricle. You see the pulmonary artery. So again there is an opening which is connecting right ventricle to pulmonary artery. Okay, so as similarly, and there is another opening which is connecting left ventricle to aorta. Left ventricle to aorta. And these openings are called semilunar valves. Again I am repeating, right ventricle is opening into pulmonary artery, and left ventricle is opening into aorta, and both these openings are having semilunar valves, and again the function of valve is to prevent the backflow of blood. Okay, so this is the detailed structure of human heart as you see the diagram of human heart.